Hello, I am Reverend Dr. Namches. In this video, we will talk about HTML iframes. Iframes in HTML are also regarded as inline frames. Iframes are used to embed content from another HTML document or website within a particular HTML page, embedding stuffs from other websites to your particular website page. They allow you to display content from an external source, such as the source can be a video, it can be a map, it can be a social media feed within your own web page. But before we continue with this lesson, if this is your first time of joining a HTML website class, I would advise you to search for my video, which is titled Your First Step in Developing a HTML Website Page. And that video will act as a foundation that will enable you to journey swiftly through the HTML journey. And so we continue with our topic for today, HTML iframes. So what are HTML iframes used for? HTML iframes can be used for embedding third-party contents, such like a YouTube video, Google Maps, or social media feeds into your own website. HTML iframes help you to create dynamic content, such as updating a section of a web page without actually reloading the entire web page. And so in this video, we will specifically embed a YouTube video in an iframe. As you can see on the screen, the iframe element, you can see the opening iframe tag and the closing iframe tag. And inside the opening iframe tag, you see the source attribute, the src attribute. In this video, we will talk about the src attributes and all other iframe attributes. And so I will quickly head back to my root folder, my website. This root folder named my website was created in the first series of this HTML series. I mean the first video of this HTML series. And so I will double click to open my root folder titled my website. So I double click, it opens, and you can see my 5 subfolders and 4 HTML files, the index file being our home page. And so I will open the index.html. I would open it with Notepad, and secondly, I will open it with Google Chrome. So first of all, I will right click, open with Notepad, and here are the codes that we have done thus far. So I minimize, I right click again, open with Google Chrome. And so these are the activities that we have done thus far. We scroll down and see the activities that we have done thus far. And so I would want to create 2 iframes. So I quickly return to my notepad. But before I return to my notepad, I will have to consider where I will insert the iframes. So I will insert the iframes right below the block quote, before the unordered list of birds. And so I return to my notepad, and here I scroll down. Here is the unordered list. Here is the unordered list of birds as highlighted. So right above it, I will open my iframe tag, IFRAME. So right beneath it, I will close my iframe tag. And so right inside the opening iframe tag, I will declare the SRC, the source attribute, equal to double quote. So the SRC attribute specifies the URL of the web page to embed in your iframe. It specifies the URL. So you specify the URL, for example, of the YouTube video you want to embed in your iframe inside the SRC attribute. And so I wish to insert or embed one of my YouTube videos in this iframe. So for me to do that, I will go to my YouTube channel. Okay, that's my YouTube channel, Digital Classrooms Nigeria. For example, I will pick the HTML forms. Hello. Okay, I'll pause it. So I won't have to copy the whole link. No, I will have to copy only the video ID. So my video ID starts from C and ends at 4. So I will simply double click. Once I double click, this is where my video ID starts from. It starts from C and ends at 4. So I'll right click and copy. I head back to my notepad, but before then I will type https double backslash, but then a colon before the double backslash, www.youtube.com/embed slash the video ID which I copied. I will now simply paste the video ID after embed. Paste. So you can see my video ID which I just pasted, and then I click file, I click save, I head to my browser and refresh. To my browser, okay, and then I refresh. So once I refresh, you can see my iframe, and you can see the height of my iframe. You can see the width of my iframe. So what if I make my iframe, this is less than 50% of the width. This is less than 50% of the width. What if I extend the width to around 50% or probably 49.6 or 7%? So I will simply head back to my notepad, and then in my opening iframe tag, I specify the width, width, equal to double quote. In between the double quote, I can specify 49 point maybe 6%, so that 0.4% can be for the borders, and then the height height equal to double quote. Height can be something like 300 px. So apart from the SRC attribute, we have also introduced the width attribute and the height attribute. So I click file, I click save, I head back to my browser, and then I refresh. So you can simply see that our iframe has a height of 300 pixel and a width of almost 50%. So if I click on it, you would see that the
Hello.
video begins to play. And then I can equally place another iframe right below this particular iframe. But before we insert additional iframe, I would like us to talk about the other attributes. The other attributes, such as the title. The title provides a title for the iframe which can be used by screen readers and other accessibility tools. So we can specify a title, title equal to html underscore forms. I click file as save, or I can simply add underscore YouTube video HTML forms YouTube video. I click file and I save. I can equally decide, just to make my work look neater, I can decide to align all my attributes on the same line, so I can easily edit them. So as you can see, I have my width on one line, I have my height on another line, I have my title on another line. I can equally add another attribute, the frame border attribute, FRAMEBORDER. The frame border attribute helps you to add or to simplify the border style of the iframe. To simplify the border style of the iframe. So I can simply say frame border is equals to 1. It will give it a frame border of 1. I can simply say 0. It depends on what I want to achieve. Additionally, we have the allow attribute. The allow attribute. So I will go to the next line, ALLOW equal to double quote. The allow attribute specifies the features that the iframe is allowed to use. The features that the iframe is allowed to use, such as the camera, the microphone access, and some other like geolocation, full screen, and the rest. And so I can allow autoplay, I can allow encrypted media, I can allow payment. And so I begin by allowing autoplay, AUTOPLAY. By allowing autoplay, it allows the iframe to autoplay video content. It allows it to autoplay video content or audio content. I can also allow encrypted media, encrypted dash media semicolon. So by it, this allows the iframe to play encrypted media content. I can also allow payment, payment. This allows the iframe to initiate payment request. I can also allow camera. This allows the iframe to access the user's camera. I can also allow the microphone. This allows the iframe to access the user's microphone. I can allow geolocation. This allows the iframe to access users' geolocation. I can also allow full screen, FULSCREEN. This allows iframe to be displayed in full mode screen. I can also allow gyroscope and picture, GYROSCOPE. Can also allow picture in picture in PICTURE. And then I click file as save. There are many other things you can allow. You simply have to Google them and find out the other features you can allow on your iframe. So I click file again and save, and then I head back to my browser and then I refresh. Hello. Okay, you can see the full screen. I have already allowed full screen on this YouTube embedded video. So additionally, YouTube has the embed function that helps you to embed YouTube videos. You just copy the embed links and then you paste it on your document. And so I will head straight to my YouTube channel and then I'll click on view your channel. All right. So these are the videos. I have already embedded the HTML forms. Okay. Maybe I should embed uh, the HTML favicons. So right under the HTML favicons, I will click on the menu and then I will click on share. So when I click on share, I will see it's either you share on WhatsApp, on Facebook, but then I will click on embed. So while I click on embed, you will see the iframe codes automatically generated for me, and then you will see the ending tag of the iframe. So I can simply click copy. So once I copy, I go to my notepad and then right below the initial iframe, I can paste Ctrl V. So I can arrange my codes to look nice and beautiful. So this is the iframe, the width can arrange on one line. This is the height. This is the height can be on another line. Okay, this is the source. This is the source. And this is the title, can be on a different line. Uh, this is the frame border. I can add frame border 2. Previously, I added 1. So this is allow. You can see that it allowed accelerometer. It also allowed autoplay, clipboard write, encrypted media, and the rest. And so I will head to my browser. Okay, and then I will refresh. So when I refresh, you would see the HTML forms and the HTML favicons placed side by side. You will notice that the HTML favicons video has a frame border of 2, while the forms video has a frame border of 1. Okay, I need to ensure that the width is the same, Ctrl V, and 300px, the height. So I click file I click save and then I refresh, and then you can notice that this is originally the way it was supposed to appear. The favicon is supposed to be below the form's video. And so I can decide to add an iframe for Google Map, and I will have to click or close the YouTube tab, and then I will open a fresh tab, and I need to add a Google Map for digital classrooms, and digital classrooms is located within the walls of Paul University Oka. So I will type Paul University. Okay, that's here already. Paul University Oka. Now this is Paul University Oka, Citadel of Higher Learning. So I will click on Maps. I'll click on Maps. So when I click on Maps, I would see overview reviews about. This is the picture of Paul University. And so I click on Share. And so when I click on Share, you will see Send a link, embed a map. So I'll click on Embed a map, and then you can see the iframe opening tag. You can see the source attribute, and then you can see the remaining. So I will simply click copy HTML. So I'll click copy HTML, and then this is my browser. I head back to my notepad, and then I will paste Ctrl V, so I can arrange my codes to look more presentable. So the closing tag has to come this side, and so the src has to come here below, and then immediately after the src, the width. This is just to make my code look beautiful. If I decide not to arrange it, the code will still work. So style border is 0. Okay, style border is 0. Allow full screen, loading lazy, and then the rest. So I will click File, I will click Save. I will then head to my browser, and then I refresh. So when I refresh, you will notice the Paul University, which is where we have digital classrooms, Nigeria. And so you can see the three iframes. This is for the HTML forms video, YouTube video. This is for the HTML favicons YouTube video. And this is for digital classrooms, Paul University iframe Google Maps. And so I can decide the width to equally be 40. Okay, I can decide to make each of the width 33%. 33%. Control C, or probably 32%. I will copy, and then I will paste, and then I will paste, and then the height 300 px, and then I'll click File, and then I'll save, go back to my browser, and then I will refresh. So when I refresh, even without floating, I noticed that they automatically floated. The HTML forms automatically floated to the left, and then this floated to the left, but I should add style float. And so I can equally make the frame border, the style border to be 2, and then frame border here also to be 2, so that they will simply be the same. So I click File, I click Save, and then I refresh. All right, the frame border is 2, the frame border is 2, and then the border also for the iframe is 2. And so in this video, we have already discussed how to insert iframes in your website. We first of all talked about how to embed YouTube videos as an iframe to your web page, and then we learned how to do it from the scratch, and later we learned how to do it from YouTube, how to embed it or copy the codes from the YouTube website. And then we talked about the attributes of the iframe. We talked about the source attribute, the width, the height, the frame border, the allow attributes. And then we also learned how to embed Google Maps inside our HTML page using iframes. And so we have come to the end of this video. I would enjoin you to click the subscribe button as we round up the HTML series, getting prepared for the CSS series. Thank you. I am Reverend Dr. Namchez. Goodbye.